Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Paddle Talk podcast. Great to have you along this week after a week hiatus caused by not only somewhat by my own sickness, but also because Billy couldn't figure out how to fix his computer. I know, electronic stuff, right?
I'll figure it out. All right. And then
All right.
the
You got it
solution's
good
been
this
solved.
year? All right. You got it
Maybe.
good this week? Yeah. All right. Very
We'll
good.
figure it out. Caleb's doing
Okay.
it.
All right, sweet. Well, hey, great to have everybody along. It's time to dive right into this Paddle Talk podcast, which is brought to you by our friends over at Silverback Offroad Speedway. Just a couple races remaining in the 2025 season. Coming up Labor Day weekend and also the weekend of September 5 and 6. Those are your last two chances to see some really good racing up at Silverback Offroad Speedway for this summer. Encourage you, stop by, check it out. You're going to love it. Also brought to you by Silverback Off-Road Rentals. Want to drive yourself on the dunes? Want to decide what to see and what to skip? Then Silverback Off-Road Rentals is the place for you. Whether it's a day trip or just a sunset cruise, Silverback Off-Road Rentals is ready to make your vacation memorable and one you're going to talk about forever. So open April through October. Silverback Off-Road Rentals is your one-stop shop for everything to take out on the dunes. Whether it's a UTV, ATV, you decide where to go and what to see. So stop by and see them today in the Silver Lake area, or check them out on the internet, or check them out on Facebook. That's Silverback Off-Road Rentals. And here's Billy with a couple of our other sponsors.
That's right, Isaac. We got to give a shout out to Racing in the Dirt, racinginthedirt.com. Parts, equipment, and apparel for all your off-road competition needs. Racing in the Dirt has just one mission, and it's to help their customers compete at their very best. With over 40 years of motorsports competition experience, they know what it takes to maintain that competitive edge, and they're equipped to keep you there. On-site welding and fabrication, incredible selection of parts, and experienced and helpful staff, including in that incredible selection of parts. You can go check out their website, go to products, and you can see they have wheel adapters, hub kits, brake hat kits, brake and hub components, suspension parts, air filters, knuckles, axles and parts, chain drives and drive lines, limiter straps, parachute setups, DIY wheelie bar setups, side-by-side and UTV parts, and they have Racing in the Dirt apparel as well. They're probably, well, not probably, they are very well known for their tires and wheels. Cut, made, in-house, whether you're looking for DOT, cut tires, paddle tires, they do it all. Racing in the Dirt chassis, whether you're looking for a full build, turnkey, ready to race, or simply a cage in your existing rides, maybe a chassis that will be the foundation of your newest race vehicle, Racing in the Dirt offers it all. You can contact them today at 920-693-2000. That is 920-693-2000. You can check out their website, racinginthedirt.com. That is racinginthedirt.com. Check out their social medias, Facebook and Instagram. They're very active on those, letting them know how their customers are doing, how the builds are going. That is racinginthedirt.com. Once again, racinginthedirt.com. Also, got to give a shout out to our newest sponsor of the podcast. That is 31 Go Life. Subscribe to that YouTube page, 31 Go Life, and subscribe to the channel to join Doug Vinlett and his family on the road as they go trucking, racing, and take on all kinds of adventures together. Doug Vinlett, Mean One Racing, couple top eliminator cars he has. We've got.
They're also available on Instagram.
On Instagram as well. Yep. You can go check out 31 Go Life on Instagram as well. Just really awesome what they're doing. Trying to give you that behind the scenes perspective of the Sand Drag Racer family, basically. So once again, 31 Go Life YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it and follow Doug Vinlett and his family as they go on many motorsport adventures. So that is 31 Go Life. And now we're going to kick it to the pot.
Woo! Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Paddle Talk podcast, brought to you, as always, by our friends at Racing in the Dirt, Silverback Off-Road Rentals, and Silverback Off-Road Speedway. And we are moving into race results from the last couple of weeks. We haven't been out racing a ton, but hey, there's race results from the last couple of weeks, so we're going to talk about it. And we are going to lead off with Billy. Should we lead off with the MRA at DT's Dirt Drags? That was kind of a last minute thing that came about.
Let me do some research on that, but I have right in front of me, I got Franklin County Four Wheelers results.
And the Franklin County, the Franklin County Four Wheelers Big Money Kids Race. Yeah, let's dive right into that. And I'll look up some results from the MRA.
All right. So while Isaac does that, me and my sweet little Lula Bean here are going to tell you who won the they had a points race at the same time. Franklin County Four Wheelers Kids Big Money Bracket Race. It was told that there was over $4,000 for the kids race at this event. I don't know how much money first place got, but I know that one of the third place winners got $500. So that's pretty good when you think about that. So let's just dive right into it. We'll save the kids for last since that was the big thing here. Friday night gambler race. No practice runs, just dial in and race. First place was George Banks. Second place, Chris Ferry. That was on Friday night. And then, like I said, we're going to save the kids for last since that's the big thing here. Saturday, August 9th, Franklin County Four Wheelers. Slow class, first place, Dave Mergenthal. Second place, Dave Ferry. Fast class, first place, Michael Robbins. Second place, Jack Trainer. Closest dial in was Wade Pruitt, and best reaction time went to Chris Ferry. All right, now let's dive into the kids here. Like I said, over 4,000. Oh, look at this. I was wrong. It said there were 30 juniors and 32 peewees and nearly $6,000 in prize money. And
that's impressive, I got to say.
For sure. A bunch of generous sponsors, including us. We threw in $200. I believe Dave threw in $200. So anyway, peewees. Fourth place, Julian Monig. Third place was Zane Cole. I knew that he got $500. That's pretty dope. Second place, Jacob Stevens. And then first place in the Pee-wees was Braxton Sackstetter, which I wonder how much money that kid won. First of all, shout out to these kids and congratulations on getting on the podium for sure and taking home some big money. That's probably more money than their parents are going to win all year racing. So good job to them. Closest to dial in was Colton Zansky, and best reaction time was.
I had to laugh at that one, Billy. That was a good one.
What?
That the kids brought home more than their parents probably will all year.
I thought that went unnoticed. So thank you for that.
No, that was good.
Best reaction time was Braxton Cathy and Liam Sackstetter. I'm assuming they had the same reaction time because they're both listed. So juniors, fourth place, Brennan Burns. Third place, Willie Pfeiffer. Second place, Ethan McKenzie. And first place was Riker Lackey. And best reaction time was to Audrey Clem. And closest to dial-in was Brennan Burns. So congratulations to these kids. Winning a bunch of money, having fun doing it. Shout out to the sponsors, everybody that supported these kids. And Franklin County Four Wheelers Kids Race looked like to be a blast. We would talk about more with Damien, but Damien's not here. My baby
That's
just
fair.
I also have results from Atoka Motorsports Park.
Nice.
They had a points race on August 9th, and I'm going to zip right through these because they have a ton of classes.
Before you do that, Billy, real quick, I hope other tracks see what Franklin did for these kids and that grows throughout East Coast, West Coast. You know what I mean? I hope that becomes a thing, even if it's once a year for these kids. I think what they did is fantastic. So congratulations to them and that was awesome. Good job, fellas.
Well, hopefully, Son Jorg will join us later on, and we can talk about the Thunder Down Under, which is the Silverback Junior
I hope
focus
Son
weekend.
Jorg does not join. I don't want to see Son Jorg ever again. But John's all right, but I hope we don't see Son ever again.
All right, I agree with that. So, all right, moving on.
All right, Atoka Motorsports Park. All right, here we go. Rapid fire. Pro 1 Cars Money. Here are all the money classes. Pro 1 Cars Money. First place, Derek Homan. Second place, Tyler Smithson. Third place, Cam Pate. Shout out Cam Pate, 13-year-old kid. racing a mud rail in Pro 1 cars. Runs like 420s, 410s, or whatever. Pretty cool to see. Pro 1 cars trophy. First place, Brad Sibbles. Second place, Kenny Capel. I was talking to Kenny on the phone earlier today. Cool. Pro 1 quads money class. Randy Kimbley, first place. Tanner Price, second place. Pro 1 quads trophy. Josiah. What? Josiah Wetmore Hunt. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I feel like they spelled it wrong. Second place, Roy Cooper, Pro 1 quads trophy. Pro 2 quads money. First place, Stephanie Smithhart. Second place, Michael Hopkins. Shout out to Stephanie. Pro 2 quads trophy. First place, Jace Casson. Second place, Stephanie Smithhart. Look at Stephanie hitting podium twice. That's pretty damn good. Pro 2 cars. First place, Axel Smithhart. I believe that is her son. So that's pretty cool. Mom and son hitting the podium same time on the same weekend. First Pro 2 cars, first place in the money class, Axel Smithhart. Second place, Jessica Powell. And then the trophy class, first place, Jessica Powell. And second place, Brian Parker. Shout out to Jessica. Podium twice. Pro 3 quads, first place, Roy Cooper. Second place, Anita Zerline. That is the money class. And then trophy class, first place, Anita Zerline. Second place, Roy Cooper. That's really funny.
Wow.
They race each other in the finals both times in a different result. Roy probably got the bigger win out of that since he won the money class, but nonetheless, that's pretty good. Juniors, money class, first place, Bodie Smithhart. Look at the Smithharts just running the track this weekend. Second place, Gavin Owens. And then trophy class for juniors, first place, Gregory Wyatt. Second place, Bodie Smithhart. Man, the Smithharts are just, that camp is on it that weekend. And then the Pee Wee's class, which is just one time trophy class. First place, Dalton Thomas. Second place, Deacon Jackson. And those are your results from the August 9th points race at Atoka Motorsports Park.
Nice.
Did you find anything from MRA?
I do. I have some. So,
MRA
had a race down at DT's Dirt Drags in Gore Springs, Mississippi. So
awesome facility. Me and Cody went there last year. It was such a blast. Hot as hell. I'm getting everybody probably had a great time. I talked to Shane earlier, but we'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah, Shane O'Rogie was doing what? Double, triple duty? I mean, I don't know, but he ran a ton of cars this weekend. So
he did. Daniel Carraher and his wife welcomed their new baby into the world, so that's fair to say why he's
shout out to those guys.
For sure. Shows the heart by Dan's dad, Joe, still went to the race with the car. That's pretty awesome. And then Shane drove for him. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. And then Aaron Corbier had like some travel issues or something. And I don't know what happened with that, but he had some traveling issues. So that's why Shane was driving the Dirty Bomb.
Yes, exactly. So, all right. So this is Saturday night winnings. And I'm still looking for the Friday night stuff. But Saturday night, MRA heads up super stock. So this is has been dominated by the Lambazios lately, but Daniel Carrier taking a win here a couple weeks ago, and Steve Butcher, the Dark Horse Bronco, I believe out of like West Virginia or Virginia, somewhere up there, came up with the win. So congratulations to those guys. MRA Pro Stock was Mr. Rick George in the Saturday night special truck run 262 with a 1 to take the win. In modified cuts, Robert Gallagher driving Jason Massey's rail takes the win for his first ever MRA class win. Congratulations to Robert and congratulations to Jason Massey and that team for putting together a win in the modified cuts. And then Dan Richter open paddles. Kevin Harrison, that never enough car, goes 198 with an 8 in 200 foot. That is blind.
That's so stupid fast. 198. That is insane.
He did what? He did.
198 and 200 foot.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That is
Holy
moving.
cow. That's flying, man.
It is. So, yeah. So, their next race, I believe, Billy, is, I believe, are they headed back to
September?
I believe the weekend of like September 13. I think they're headed back to Gore Springs.
Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah.
Or
no,
they
go to
Cook Station.
Yeah, they're going to Upper Merrimack in Cook Station, Missouri.
Yep.
You're right. September 12th and 13th is that one, and then their season finale at Wagler Motorsports Park in Indiana. September 2 weeks after that, so it'll be September 26th
26,
and
27.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I have some Friday night results as well. So Friday night, they ran the MRA Outlaw Pro Stock, and Rick George doubles up in the Smoking Gun, goes 243 with a 3, take the win there.
Hold on, read who got second and third place as well.
I don't know.
Okay, I got it right here.
Winners.
Okay, I got it right here. Rick George ran 243 with a 3 to get the win. Joel Coolidge ran a 246 with a 5 to get second place. And then Kelby Ladner ran a 247 with an O to get third place. All three racing in the dirt vehicles.
And I will say, I think we all know this. There's some video out there of Kelby making a pass that the timing system did not function properly. That looks smoking fast.
That boy was on a pass. And not even going to lie, Will Harrison was in the other lane. That dude looked like he was on a pass as well.
Exactly.
But that, yes, you're right. That Kelby pass that they didn't get time for, that thing was screaming. And
I was just saying, I have it on pretty good authority that they felt that Outlaw Pro Stock pass with those two trucks was definitely quicker and could have won in second place the class that night. And yeah. So
that thing is stupid fast.
Quite.
Yes. 300 foot, but it was sweet regardless. So
yeah. All right. Modified paddles. Friend of the show, Keith Mitchell, the magician, takes the win with a 229 with a 3. Billy, do second and third for those.
Jason Massey, second place, 235 with a 5, and Richard Dunovan, 235 with an 8 to get third place. That dude has the
yellow Jeep.
Yeah, it's a yellow Jeep. I can't remember the power plant. I want to say Pro Charger, but I'd probably be wrong.
I think it's an AMC though.
That's pretty good.
I think it's a Pro Charger. Yes, Dave.
It is.
Yes, I believe that is a Pro Charger AMC, and he actually owned the old Sidewinder Jeep for a while as well from California. I don't know where it went now, but I know he had it for sale this past winter.
Yeah, if it's the same Jeep, I met him 3 or 4 years ago at Roxborough in North Carolina. He was over there doing some testing, and way before where the Jeep is now. You know what I mean? But super great guy, man. And that's one of my favorites. I love that Jeep.
That's cool because that means Jason Massey had that car going if Robert Gallagher won his class Saturday night and Massey takes a second in the same car on Friday night. That's pretty impressive. That car was on a rail then. So, all right. And in the MRA Kelly Odell Open Cuts, Kevin Harrison doubles up for the weekend, takes the win in the Never Enough rail, goes 218 with a 7. And Billy, who's our second, third place people there for Open Cuts?
That's pretty good for Kevin Harrison. Not going to lie, not a bad weekend. Second place, Travis Shoemaker, 222 with a 1. And third place, racing in the dirt, Tyler Coolidge, 235 with a 0.
Tell you what, man, Coolidge just had a pretty good weekend too, making that haul all the way from Minnesota down there.
For sure. I don't know what happened. They got that truck. I don't know if they ran it or not. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, because didn't you?
It looks like Joel. Yeah.
Joel made a lick in MRA Pro Stock. So
yeah, so they the truck's running good. So yeah, they're having a great time. The truck's running well.
Yeah, I would say
you already know the blower car's going to do what that thing does.
That's true.
I'll give credit to Tyler. Tyler posted some videos on his Facebook about him getting to some like crazy 360 action at whatever track he was at. Tyler drives like he's ready to die, which
that
is
was
cool.
That was at Cook Station that happened.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Way out in that hayfield. Oh, yeah.
No, that's crazy. But yeah, Tyler drives like he's ready to die. But it's kind of cool.
That's very, very accurate. So
he kind of drives like Damien drives your mini bike.
Wow. All right.
Just unrelentless. I do have one more note. The best reaction time from the weekend. I'm not gonna do every class, but I did find out the best reaction time from the whole weekend at MRA was a 0:15. So to people who say they can't cut lights in the MRA, there's proof otherwise. And also you can just go to the pictures and it tells you their best reaction time. So if you're curious, go ahead and look at it.
Yeah, check out the Med Racers Association public page and ton of info, some good video on there from our friends over there and from DTs and everything else. And glad to see all those guys. And I tell you what, making their second go back now to Cook Station should be really interesting. And our friends over at Texas Mud Drags will be there not too long after that. So that should be really interesting. See if anybody tries to double up between the two associations.
For sure. Okay. So that was the MRA race at DT's Dirt Drags. We're going to wait for John to get here to do Silverback. Well, you got results, don't you? We can just do Silverback right now.
I do. Hold on just a second. Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to do that. And I'm going to kill some dead air with saying that Shane Olrogi and the Racing and Dirt crew at went down to DT's Dirt Drags and had a awesome time. Let me see right here what he said to me when I said, how was Mississippi? He said, great weekend. Kelby was on a pass for sure. And some reason they couldn't find the pass in the tree or whatever, but, or in the data after they printed it off or something like that. I don't know, something happened at the timing system of that pass, but they said, he said that was definitely Kelby's best pass ever. And, the truck's finally coming on its own, and that happened during Friday night during Outlaw Pro Stock. So, pretty sweet that they had a good weekend. They're really getting the hang of the Looking for Trouble Daniel Carahurst modified car, the Nitrous Monster, and it's just he's really excited about that because that car. I mean, 633 cubic inches,
yeah.
Isaac.
Yep.
And which is, it's still big. Like people, like obviously, if I told you I had 633 cubic inch engine, you'd be like, holy shit. But that's small compared to what you see at the MRA, because they're competing against cars who literally have 300 more cubic inches at least on them. And
that is very true. But
how competitive they are with that thing is just so impressive.
I'll give a shout out here. None of those cars are Bischoff Engine Services motors like Daniel's is, and that's where the difference is. Unnamed source says Uncle Tony knows how to make some horsepower, and we'll give credit where it's due. Is Tony Bischoff and his guys know how to get down and really make some big power, and I'm very happy to see that big block Ford doing the things it does right now. So
for sure, it's got Shane Olrogi fired up about it for sure.
Yeah,
and when Shane's fired up about it, some shit's about to happen. So expect big things to come out of that Looking for Trouble car for sure. And he just wishes. He also wished that they weren't fighting gremlins as much with the bomber car. But that weekend, it seemed like it made the turn in the right direction to finally get to where they know where it can be. So watch out for that orange dirty bomber car to be competitive in the open class now because they're getting the hang of it. And as I said, once they get a hang of it, it's going to be pretty crazy. And he may or may not drop a little teaser about a trip to Dome Valley in March. Maybe.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe.
295 cars. I feel it coming.
Who knows? Them things. with that type of horsepower with the blower car, the sky's the limit. So, but yeah, that is our MRA recap. Do you got Silverback on you?
I do.
All right.
So Silverback Off-Road Speedway, thank you for sponsoring the show, by the way. Friday night, we have 350 index, and shockingly enough, if there was a 350 class, gentlemen, who would you think would be in the final? Anyone?
Oh, me.
Yes, Dave.
Let me think. Hang on a second. It's right. Wiser, Terry Wise, I think his name is.
Mr.
Something
350
like that.
Terry Wise. And you would be correct. But no. And there's another name as well that I would expect to be here. Anyone?
Dean Danger Man.
Yeah.
Dean Dangerman. Yes. In the natural flight car, I also would have expected to be there. But you would also be incorrect. Your 350 final was Jeff Gerio driving Roger Gerio's twin turbo car. Okay. Which I'll go on a limb here and date myself a little bit. I remember when Roger finally went 399 in that car instead of 4.0 for the first time. That car has made many a lap up and down that surface there, and great to see that thing get to a final against Boof, Ron Buchführer. I think that's actually pretty close now that I say that. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Anyway, Jeff Gerio picked up the 350 class win. So congratulations to both those guys for making it to the final, because I guarantee they had to go through Terry Wise and Dean or something of that nature to get there. So congratulations to both those guys for getting there. And then the open bracket from Friday night, it came down to our own K-Dub, which conveniently he's not here this week. So I'm starting to think that maybe there's a correlation there. K-Dub versus Larry Brocker, another friend of the show in that Slimer Green CJ7. And Larry Brocker took home the win over K-Dub. So conveniently, K-Dub's not here to tell us what went wrong or right on that pass, depending on how you look at it, for Friday night. So, and I don't know where Sorg is, because I thought he'd be here by now, but it is what it is. Anyway, so they had a fair amount of rain up at Silverback. I say up because it's north of me, but anyway, up at Silverback Saturday. So they ended up postponing, I believe, most of the classes over till Sunday. And this is what we have for the Sunday classes. So in the Pee-wees, first place, Grace Goodell, which I believe is a repeat from the last race at Silverback. I believe the picture was her standing on her quad again. So great to see that. Josh Goodell, I think it's time to just hang it up, buddy. Maybe you'll just have to let Grace take it from here. And second place was Audrina Roth.
Yeah, and I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about that, but I just got to say, that little girl standing on her four-wheeler every time is priceless. Like, I hope as she grows and grows and grows in the sport that every time she wins, she does that as she goes and progresses. You know what I mean? That would be her, what is that, thing to fame? What do you say that?
Claim to fame? Sure, I'll go with that. Yes. Absolutely. I love it. All right. And second place was Audrina Roth. Actually borrowing a quad after she had some issues with her junior dragster, ends up taking second place in the Pee-wee division. So congratulations to both those girls, and congratulations to their folks as well, because I can tell you, as a former junior parent, it's never just the juniors. It's always a full team effort. So in the junior category, first place was Aurelia Earl taking the win, and second place was Chase Cody. So congratulations to them as well. Thunder Down Under, a complete junior kind of focused weekend at Silverback. So congratulations to all four of them for doing really well in their classes, both Pee-wees and juniors. And we will move on to the adult classes. So open mod, again, K-Dub not being here. Second place in open mod was Kyle Wiedmeyer. And does anybody have a guess who maybe took first place in open mod? I'll give you a hint. It's kind of a gold-colored Jeep.
Oh,
yeah. Gotta be our good buddy Hartman. It's gotta be.
It is not. It is Brian McQuethy. So in a battle of the brothers here, Brian shows K-Dub the door. So again, K-Dub not being here, I don't know what happened, but well, Brian whooped him. So that's all that it is.
Well, K-Dub did post that Brian is superior to him in bracket racing.
You know, I did see that as well. So I didn't know if maybe part of the bet was, you know, control over somebody else's social media for the weekend or what. Either way, it was hilarious and I loved it. So, all right.
John was probably jealous that he said that too.
Right.
Sorg was probably jealous that he said that about him.
Oh, all right. So first place, so Pro Index here. Second place, Dan Bennett aboard the 3-wheeler. And first place in Pro Index was the super sub himself, Matt Peel, taking first place in Pro Index. So Matt getting behind the wheel and doing some damage there. Congratulations to both those guys. And then Pro Truck, second place was Luke DeBoer in that blue CJ7. And first place in Pro Truck, Tom Hartman Sr. Shout out to Hartman, taking first place in Pro Truck. As he told me a couple weeks ago, at my age, I don't even race a class that doesn't have a pro tree. I ain't got time to wait for a sportsman light.
That's so funny.
Just like, whatever, man. That's awesome.
He is definitely the GOAT of our sport. And if you argue against that, then go argue in the mirror, because that is definitely the truest statement of our time.
I'm just going to throw this plug in here. Sometime between Thanksgiving and the end of the year, we're going to have World Sand Drag News stories. And you got to come up with your best deal, sand drag related. I've got one that involves Hartman that I guarantee is going to be a top 5 without a doubt. Trust me.
Yes. I'm going to, I like this. When the off season starts, we'll each have like a story to tell or something. That'd be cool.
I agree. Okay. Back to the results. So ATV, Aaron Irvin with the second place run, and ATV winner was Chad Coker, which Chad had on a bye run, goes what? 000 on the tree and like 1 over his dial or something like that.
I got it right here. I got it right here in front of me. I've been waiting on you to say that. All right. So he dials a 443. He cuts a 000 light. He runs a 4.43 with a 1.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That's pretty good.
And it is posted on World Sand Drag News, I do believe. I think one of our guys posted it on there. So it's that's you want to tell them what the real story is behind that time slip though? It was
nothing.
It was a bye run.
Yes, it was a bye run. That I knew. Which I was like, seriously? Why did you save that one for the semifinals or something? You know?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So congrats to Chad. All right. Pro ATV, second place was John Stoner, and first place was our own K-Dub. So K-Dub goes 1 out of 3 in finals for the weekend. Not bad. So at least he got to win in Pro ATV. But he must have actually been riding his ATV rather than running the Razor. So maybe that's what the difference is. All right. So moving on. Pro Comp, second place, Donovan Lattimore. Shout out to Donovan. Sponsored Terry Wise's car and Boof's car, both as well in the 350 class. Doing some damage there. And first place was our own John Sword. Taking the win in Pro Comp. All right. And then the comp class, second place was the earlier mentioned Mr. Chad Coker. And first place was again Mr. John Sorg. So Sorg went 2-0 in final rounds, whereas K-Dub went 1 out of 3.
Well, I mean, making it to 4 is pretty hard.
Well, exactly. And even making it to 3 finals, there's something to be said about that. Making it to 2 finals and winning them both is pretty impressive as well. But since Johnny's not on here at the moment, we can say that. So
I would have loved it if John lost both of his finals, because it's just good. It's good for the pot.
Well, if he would have gone 1 out of 2, then we would have had more to talk about. We could have him and K-Dub on. And we could have
we just
gone
be like,
into
hey,
the
why
art
do you
of
guys
losing
suck?
a punch.
It's a valid question for K-Dub. We should ask him that. I need to write that down.
Let me write that down. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll bring that up the next time
That's good stuff.
Ask. Got it. All right, I'm good. Is that it? Was that the results, or did you have more?
That's it. No, that's all I got. So,
all right, cool.
They have a race coming up. Silverback does. This is to end their season. Coming up Labor Day weekend, and then I believe the weekend after. So that is going to wrap their season up at this point. All right, folks. So that is going to wrap up the recap section of our podcast. And before we move on to the news, got a sponsor plug for you. Silverback Off-Road Rentals. If you've gone to the dunes and kind of checked them out and been like, man, I wish I could tour up there, but I don't want to take my daily up there or something like that, Silverback Off-Road Rentals is your one-stop shop. Whether you and the wife, girlfriend, whoever want to take a sunset cruise or you want to make a day trip out of it, Silverback Off-Road Rentals, your one place to go. Check them out on the web, Silverback Off-Road Rentals. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call, located right in downtown Silver Lake, right by the dunes. They're ready to make your vacation unforgettable. So check them out today, Silverback Off-Road Rentals. And Billy has another one for us.
All right, another sponsor of the podcast and World Sand Drag News itself is Racing in the Dirt, racinginthedirt.com. Parts, equipment, and apparel for all your off-road competition needs. Racing in the Dirt has just one mission, is to help all their customers compete at their very best. With over 40 years of motorsports competition experience, they know what it takes to maintain that competitive edge, and they're equipped to keep you there with on-site welding and fabrication, incredible selection of parts, experience, and helpful staff as well. A bunch of products you can check out on their website, tires and wheels, cut and made in-house, and they do racing in their chassis, anything from just a cage in your existing ride all the way to a full build, turnkey build. And you can check out their website, racinginthedirt.com, racinginthedirt.com. Check out their Facebook and Instagram as well at Racing in the Dirt. And then you can also call them today at 920-693-2000. That's 920-693-2000. That is racinginthedirt.com. And then 31 Go Life. Shout out to 31 Go Life, Doug Vinlett, his family going on adventures and with racing, trucking, and other things like that. You can subscribe to their YouTube channel, 31 Go Life, and follow Doug Vinlett as him and his family go on crazy adventures together and have a great time doing it. That is 31 Go Life. And now we are moving on to the news segment of the podcast.
I'll start.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to the news segment, I am going to start out with congratulations to our friend of the show, Mr. Keaton Hendricks, has a birthday today. So congratulations, buddy. Shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it, and we love having you on the show as well. So Keaton Hendricks, happy birthday, buddy. Enjoy that first year of college.
Yeah, dude, happy birthday. Hopefully football camp at college hasn't made you quit yet. And, yeah, good job, dude. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's true. All right, Billy, what you got?
All right, so I got a few things here just because while you guys list results, I have a little bit of time to review some stuff. My baby's crying in the back, but should be okay. So shout out to the chick who drove Chad Coker's buggy that looked like she snapped her neck. She posted a video of it in the comments of the latest.
Is it Adriana Herring or
I don't know how to say her last name, but Adriana sounds right for her first name.
It is.
That shit was funny. How her neck just goes.
What? I told you, man. I told you that somebody would drive that car did not fit it well because I saw her head roll back. I'm like, oh my word.
Well, shout out to her for posting the video and owning up to it because, first of all, it was funny and it's very honorable to do that. So
absolutely,
she did not run away from it for sure.
Shout out as well to Stephanie Roth. They finally ran a 360 on their bike this weekend. So 360 on the button. Yeah. And with the heat and everything else, that was not a weekend to throw down a big number. So congratulations to them. As
For sure. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. Shout out to Stephanie Roth. I know they've been working at that. Shout out Sean. That's what. Shout out Sean.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean. Sean been doing some work. So
yeah. Okay. So Thunder Valley Sand Drags had to reschedule their race from last weekend. Not because of rain. It's because a medical emergency by Jeffrey. He had an operation and aspirated during the operation, which means stuff in your stomach gets in your lungs somehow, and it caused complications. And the doctor said, like, I mean, he's good. And it's like, you're good, but not good enough to work outside all day in a tractor. So they are rescheduling for this weekend, Saturday, August 23rd. And I'll knock out their preview right here real quick. It's a points race, pro comp, sport comp for the cars, pro 1 ATV, pro 2 ATV, sport ATV for the bikes and ATVs, and then side-by-side class as well, along with peewees and juniors. So they are racing this Saturday, August 23rd, Thunder Valley Sand Drags, from rescheduling from last weekend due to a medical emergency. And poor baby, she's okay. She's okay. And then the last thing I have is that me and Blake Cole started a fantasy football league with some of the other racers. I forced John to do it, and the fantasy football punishment was just decided today. Whoever gets in last place of our fantasy football league has to race my mini bike in the ATV class at the Silverback Outlaw race.
Oh my word!
Yes.
Oh.
And that's all I got for news.
All right. Are we okay? Does anybody know if PSDA has made any headway on finding out West track? I feel like they haven't because there has been no kind of announcement yet.
So probably no. I haven't talked to, well, obviously our ATV experts are not on here, but
ATV guys late to the party as usual.
Well, I may have not sent them the link to the Zoom either because
just cut that part out, dude. It's way funnier if you just figure they're not getting there in time. Wing dingers, I tell ya.
Wing dingies. So yeah, I don't think so, but hopefully they're getting somewhere closer.
Yeah, I hope so too, because I think that's really good for them to have coast to coast coverage. So,
all right, well, that's all I got for news. Unless you guys got something else, Dave, you got something?
I got a little small one that is not really confirmed just quite yet, but I'm 90% sure. Mr. Vinlett may be heading to Tri-County Four Wheelers to try and break the track record during my race.
Whoa.
September 5th weekend. So I'm hoping to see him there. Pretty damn good chance that he is going to be there. I think right now that Tony told me the record, I think it's a 3:03.
Good night.
I was thinking. So hopefully we get to see that and we come back here, the weekend after September 5th and be able to say, hey, we got a new track record, Tri-County, but yet to be seen. We'll find out.
All right. So that is going to wrap up a somewhat diverse news section. We are going to move on to the preview section, which is brought to you by Silverback Off-Road Speedway. Silverback Off-Road Speedway, your number one place in Michigan for great sand drag action. Got a couple races left here in the 2025 season, so stop by, check them out. You can find them on Facebook or on the web as well. Silverback Off-Road Speedway.
And then we will give a shout out to racinginthedirt.com. Racinginthedirt.com. Go online, check out their tires and wheels, their products, the Racing in Dirt chassis, whether you're looking for just a roll cage or you're looking for a full build turnkey. They offer it all. On-site welding and fabrication, incredible selection of parts, experienced and helpful staff with over 40 years of motorsports competition experience. That is racinginthedirt.com. You don't believe me? Look at their weekend from DT's Dirt Drags this past weekend. It was awesome.
I was just going to say, check out the results, and I would encourage you, if you're considering racing in the dirt for some part of your race program and you're not sure what to do, take a walk through the pits at any Texas mud drag race, at a MRA race, even at a lot of the sand drag races, and look at how many vehicles are running the Racing in the Dirt logo somewhere on them. I'm telling you, these guys know how to get it done, and they have excellent, excellent customer service. Shane Scott and the crew do a fantastic job. You can't go wrong at Racing in the Dirt.
And Isaac, you ordered tires from him. How fast did you get them?
So I was going to go there. I am a customer testimonial. Scott was working with me trying to figure out a right tire size on our Ranger. Literally, we made a decision. Scott had them drop shipped. They got to my house on a Tuesday. We had them on the truck that Saturday. And that Saturday night, my dad went to the finals and ended up finishing second in the 4.0 class. I mean, you can't argue with results. So
No,
shout out to those guys. I really appreciate it. And I tell you what, though, that's customer service. And, hey, makes it easy to shop there when you get service like that. So
that's right. That is racinginthedirt.com. You can also call them at 920-693-2000. 920-693-2000. And also, once you get that is racinginthedirt.com. Racing in the Dirt. And then shout out to 31 Go Life, Doug Minlett and his family going on a bunch of trucking, racing, and all kinds of family adventures together. You can follow them on their YouTube channel, 31 Go Life on YouTube. That is 31 Go Life for Doug Minlett and his family. And now, here is the preview section to wrap up the show.
Well, and I know Doug and the guys are headed down. Gravelrama is this weekend.
That's right.
Immediately after this, hence why Damian Bowers is currently thrashing to get the Jeep together. But that's a whole nother topic we'll cover. But Doug and the guys are headed for Gravelrama. Good luck to them. Good luck to everybody down there, as Gravelrama, big deal here, not only in the Midwest, but also across the country. So congratulations to everybody that's headed down there. And hopefully we'll have some results come next week on the podcast as well. So, but that's pretty cool. See Doug at both gravel and at your Lisbon race there, Dave. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wish I could make it to the actual Gravelrama show. Can't make it this weekend, but one of these days I'm going to get to the actual event. Because if you think about it, if we say IOK Four Wheelers, we're like, what? Everybody knows it as gravel. You know what I mean? So no matter what event it is, pretty much everybody calls it Gravelrama. So, but I would love to be to the actual Gravelrama.
No, you're 100% right. And I keep waiting as well for because I would love to go down and announce for gravel. So, hey, anyway, y'all know how to get a hold of me. So, but yeah, all right. So we've got gravel this weekend. Then we have Labor Day weekend the next weekend, which a lot of tracks are going to have some racing on for there. We had Woody's Cash Days down in Iowa a couple weekends ago. A lot of our mud friends went to that, and it looked like everybody came out okay on that. Casey Lawyer doing some damage down there, so congratulations to him and his group. So yeah, that's what we have coming up. Hayfield Shootout coming up September 13th. Should be a big deal. Some good heads-up racing coming for their day full of racing. So looking forward to that coming up here shortly as well. And Dave, you have a couple races coming up as well with the Southern Powersports Drag Racing Series.
Yeah, we actually have. I'm helping putting one together this weekend in Talladega at Top Trails Off-Road Park. A little small one there. The track's put out $4,000 to a few of the classes there. So it's really nice at Top Trails to do that. And it's King of the Deep. Steve Chappell and his wife Katie will be there. And there's going to be a lot to do. They got all kinds of stuff going on, but there's a little drag race this weekend at Top Trails. And then we leave there. Then we head to Newtown, Dragway for my race number 2 at Newtown. And then from there, which we'll get into that here in a bit, but then from there, it's Lisbon, Ohio, the very next weekend. Then we take a 2-week break. Yeah, 2-week break. And then I think it's gravel. my race down at Gravel, and then the next weekend, Oklahoma. And then the very next weekend, Lumber River. Then I take 2-week break, and then it's World Sand Drag News and Southern Powersports down there at Shelton's. And then the possibility of Mr. Casey Smith at Mobile, Alabama for the 4-wide. And I did find out he is going to try to have the 4-wide ready for November. So fingers crossed
that is
happens.
awesome.
Did you tell him what I said?
Racing going yet?
Did you tell him what I said, Dave?
I have not. I have not talked to him yet, but I will tell him.
Okay. I'm just saying, if he schedules it after the weekend after November 15th, we're good. If it's November 15th or before, I'm going to kick him in the dick.
Oh, trouble. Trouble. All right. So I believe that wraps up our news and kind of previews of what's going on around the world of sand drag racing.
If we're doing, are we doing previews right now?
Yeah. You got some previews action?
Well, I hear there's a little race going on in Cleves, Ohio.
Yeah, we touched on it.
Oh, you did? Gravelrama?
Yep.
We did.
My bad.
Yep. When you were checking on the little one there, we touched on that. Isaac did a good job with it. Yep.
We made the excuse for Damian Bowers that they're last minute, thrashing to get to gravel. That's why he's not here. So, since he's not here, it's our story, so we're gonna tell it like we want. So
literally,
hey, I'll tell you what.
Damian's busy whenever I put out something about the podcast, and he just doesn't reply.
Yes.
He's either he's underneath the Jeep. He is getting that thing ready.
Have you guys noticed though how many people have been posting a picture of their hot rod with no engine or no rear end in it or whatever, saying
it's like a fad to they're like, oh, is there a race coming up this week? Like, it's just everybody does that shit.
Yep.
Everybody does that shit, especially like John Trainer. At least he used to do it. He didn't do it this year, I don't think, but usually, like every year, especially last year, he was like
Trainer was always good for purchasing a chassis in the month of July and stuffing whatever motor they had available into it during August, and then showing up at gravel with something they hadn't even made a lick on yet to go. So
doing fairly decent every time
and doing very well every time. That's correct.
Yeah. So there's like Dave said, there's this. But it's a fad where like people I'm convinced people just take the tires off and like pop the fucking hat off and they're like, is there a race coming up? And then they just put it all back together, But
we've seen that in the blacktop too. And real quick, before we get away from that, I know we're not a blacktop show here, but let's keep Stinky Pinky and Mr. Lutz in mind here, because obviously Mr. Lutz got hit by a drunk driver, lost, it looks like damn near everything, I would think, wouldn't you, Isaac?
Yes,
and
I
then,
believe so.
Really?
And then Disco Dean there, he's from the Cincinnati area. He had a bad accident. Seems that he's okay, but his car's pretty tore up. There was someone else had an old nostalgia type funny car looking thing that had an accident as well this weekend. I don't know if you've seen that, Isaac, but so there was actually 3. Now that was on the road. His trailer was all flipped upside down and stuff.
Yeah.
So they had the Blacktop boys had a hard weekend.
Hey, dude. Speaking of which, you're right, because there were like a bunch of accidents this weekend. Like racers heading home from races, from blacktop races, really. Some 17-year-old kid got shot and killed at a race this past weekend. I think Dragzine has something on that. But yeah, it was just rough weekend for sure. But perseverance, thoughts and prayers out to that kid's family, and I'm sure that Memorial race is gonna be a banger though for that kid. So
yeah. What about Silver Lake? The old geezer running around at
I know, that crazy old bastard shooting people this past weekend.
Yeah.
Shit, they were racing at the track too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. But
was it a full moon or something this weekend? What the hell?
I don't know.
It must have been, because
we just covered some sometimes this podcast becomes a national news podcast, and we veer away from sand drags sometimes. So there's your weekly dose of national news from your Paddle Talk podcast.
I love it.
That's
Sounds
kind of
good.
like the old worthless sand drag news. Wouldn't that kind of fit in? That's kind of where that old name would kind of come
No,
in a
I
little
could,
bit.
and worthless, I could say fuck and not catch as much shit for it as I do now.
I can hear
All right,
Isaac.
Isaac, take
and moving on.
Isaac, take us home, bro.
All right. Well, hey, folks, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Reminder, we're out multiple times a month on YouTube, once a month on Facebook. So check us out there. Thanks again, Silverback Off-Road Speedway, our friends over at Racing in the Dirt, as well as Silverback Off-Road Rentals for sponsoring the podcast. For myself, Billy, Dave Applegate, and the rest of the wing dingers out there, so long, and we'll see you next time.
That was a great exit, Isaac, but forgot a sponsor. That's on me. I didn't tell you. 3-1 Go Live. Doug Vinlett. Shout out to 3-1 Go Live, Doug Vinlett. I just had to say that. But that was beautiful.
That's good.
That was beautiful, Isaac.
Thank you.
3-1 Go Live. Doug Vinlett. Don't forget about him.
Check him out on YouTube.
Later.